Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I do hope that all the witnesses have had a break. This has been going on a long time. I've listened to the questions, I've listened to the responses, and I really don't know where this hearing is going. But I do hope that there will be something learned with the hours that we have spent listening. And I do hope that there are messages that will come out of this for those who look on our athletes and our celebrities and so on as their heroes and heroines. And Mr. Clemens, since you've been the subject of the questioning for the most part, Mr. McNamee, number one, what did you think about the Mitchell report as a document that represented some research, whether it was in-depth or substantive or not? What did you think about what you read?
Congressman, I've always agreed with the Mitchell report. I have disagreements, obviously strong disagreements with what this man, the claims he's made in that report about me. I've lived my life. I've lived my life knowing that if I ever had the opportunity to chase my dreams and make it to the major leagues, that I would be an example for kids. Not only mine, but the other children. I want them to know that there are no shortcuts, that you have to work hard. When I give these talks to young kids, and I give it to younger kids, to high school kids, to college kids, who a man was present with me at the University of Kentucky about these college kids, about taking care of your body, and your body's your temple. Understand that you're a student athlete, not an athlete student. And then I put this man out in front to also say that same message to them. I want the kids to know that with hard work, that you can achieve your goals, whatever it might be. Yes, you are going to fail. You're going to fall down, you're going to stumble, and that's the message I try and preach to these kids, but you got to pick yourself up and go. And I want the kids that are out there listening to that, they understand that there are no shortcuts, that steroids are bad for your body. Everything that we've heard about steroids are bad for you. They break you down. I believe it's a self-inflicted penalty. I want the children to know that.
Mr. McNamee,
yes.
What did you think about the Mitchell report?
I think it was a document that needed to be done, and it's not really up to me on what people's opinion of that is. All I know is I told the truth in that document.
As you know, all of you were sworn in. That is what happens in this committee. And if you don't speak the truth, and there's evidence that showed that you were not telling the truth, you can be found guilty of perjury. And so what would you like to say to the public? This is all on C-SPAN. There have been at least 100 press people out there, if not more. So this is going out across the nation and probably abroad as well. What would you like to say, not in your own defense, but about that report and about baseball to young people?
You're addressing the question to me?
Yes.
I think the report is maybe the first chapter in maybe a bigger document that would have to disclose more information on how much this really was involved, the drug use in baseball was involved. And as far as young people, we really need to address that deeper in the roots of the younger people's coaching staffs and the parents. We need to educate parents what to look for. We need to educate high school coaches, youth ball coaches. We need to educate the college coaches. Major league players, they're adults. They're going to make adult decisions. You have to get the root of the problem. All you did was, all the Mitchell report did was scratch the surface of a much larger problem, but at least it started it. It's chapter 1. So it's up to you guys. We're sitting here now. Let's go back down to the grassroots of where baseball started. If you want to get into the high school and the colleges and the youth balls, let's educate the trainers. Let's educate the fathers, the mothers, the babysitters. Let's educate everybody about the signs of what to look for and what's going to be encouraging to these people as alternative methods.
Let me just ask you this. My time is running out. There were some pretty harsh things said just a few minutes about you. And what would you say about your own involvement in all of this as a trainer? How would you describe your involvement?
Well, my involvement, as I mentioned in my opening statement, I'm not proud of it, and I wish I wasn't here, but I am. And so there's got to be something good that comes out of this, and hopefully it'll start happening after this meeting.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman.
Thank you, Ms. Watson. That concludes our questioning and our testimony. I want to recognize Mr. Davis for a concluding statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me thank the witnesses. It's been a long day, and I'm sure there were other things you would have preferred to have done today. But let me just say that the underlying report by Senator Mitchell, I think, remains largely intact. There is this bone of contention on this particular item that I think we've tried to give some focus to today, that I think will have, doesn't in any way, shape, or form, I think, take away from the underlying recommendations that the report has made. As far as this goes today, this has been, I think, a robust discussion, a lot of questions at issue, and I guess history will judge that. Mr. Waxman and I will talk about how we handle it from here, but I want to thank both witnesses for being here. I think I have my own opinions on this, but I think so do probably the viewing audience. Our goal when we started this was to send out the message that steroid use was dangerous, it was wrong, it was illegal, and you had 1 million kids taken. Major League Baseball has changed their policies, and we're hoping they'll change them again in light of the Mitchell recommendations. And it's good to hear the one thing you agree on is that you agree with that underlying recommendation. So I want to thank you both for coming here today, and Mr. Chairman, thank you for holding your hearing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Davis.